So up to here it is completed. Up to here it is completed. I mean, now we need to give that Amar value. That is what name plus nothing but up to here completed. Next one is a one single quotation and one comma. These two again we put it in a double quotes. Nothing but one single quote and comma plus up to here completed. 7,500 is a balance. Balance is the variable plus parenthesis. Here it's a number. This is string, right? String, but number is not string. Number is an integer, so both you cannot concatenate. So first you have to convert str of number. We need to convert. Plus name is a string only. This is converting. Okay. And next one, balance is also integer that you need to convert into string. Str of. It is the function. Then no need to write this one. Sir, these values I don't want to give directly. I just want to read means what? In Python, you know that input function. Enter number. They will input. Of course, that you should convert into integer. Because input function will take any value in the form of string only, you know that. And next this one, name is anyway is a string only. Enter name. And next one is a balance. Integer of input. Enter balance. This one. So here enter number. They will input the number. Input function will give input in string. That we are converting into integer. Next, name as usual in a string format only. And balance we convert into integer. So now we are passing these values, number here, name here, and balance. After that, whether it is successfully constructed or not, we are just displaying the query. When you execute this code, it is expecting enter the number, enter the name, enter the balance. Now look at this. Insert into account values 101. And here it is Amar in single quotations. 6,500. This is what proper concatenation, but it is hard. Suppose if you go with a Java to database connectivity, we follow this approach only. But here it is we have another simple option, query equals to, and the same thing. Insert into account values %d for integer, %yes, it's a string, %yes, but that you should put it in a single quotes because the name you should place in a single quotes in the query. And next one is a balance %d, all the three, number, comma, name, comma, balance. What is easy? Second one is easy compared to the first one. So always we prefer the second one only. It's like 101. Amar and 65. Look at this. So this is what concatenation. This is what concatenation. How can we construct the string? How can we construct the string? That is, we have two options: either by using string concatenation, or by using format specifiers. We are doing this. Okay, this is the one. Now here one important concept in strings. So what is that important concept? Is immutability. String immutability. String immutability. So what is that immutability? What is that immutability? So generally in every object oriented programming language, of course Python is also object oriented programming language. Python is also object oriented programming language. So in object oriented programming language, we store information in objects format. We just create objects, and inside the objects we store information. Anything, let us say string. So two objects we are taking. One is a mutable object and one is a immutable object. Mutable and immutable object. Yeah, sure. I'll provide the complete notes. Don't worry. Okay. Here it is a mutable and immutable. Two things. So remember, if it is a mutable object, if it is mutable, so whatever the information which is present, that you can modify. You can say that the data which we are storing inside the object is called state of an object. State of object. That is. See, what are the examples of mutable we are going to discuss? One is a list. Second one is a set. Next one is a dictionary. These are mutable objects. Mutable, nothing but once you create the data, that state can modify. It's nothing but state is not constant. You can modify the state. And here it is a one more type of object is there. Immutable object. What are those? Integer is immutable object in Python. Float is immutable object in Python. String is immutable object in Python. String. Tuple is immutable object in Python. In collections, I'll explain. Tuple is immutable object in Python. We'll discuss all these things. So, state you cannot modify. Once you create the state, cannot modify. So when you try to modify, object will be created in another location. Nothing but a new object will be created. With the modified information. With the modified information, a new object will be created. Two types of objects: mutable object, immutable object. If they ask examples of mutable means what? List is mutable, set is mutable, dictionary is mutable. I'll show you the examples practically, but this is theory. Immutable objects means what? Int, float, string, tuple, all these things. I'll show you few examples. First, we start with a string. We start with a string. If I take a string, suppose s is equals to or s1 equals to hello. Just one message. s2 equals to world. s2 equals to world. I'm just checking ID of s1, the address of s1, ID of s2, address of s2 we are displaying. s1 and s2 addresses we are displaying. That is. Next we are writing like this. s1 equals to s1 plus s2. s1 equals to s1 plus s2. We just add and we are storing into s1 only. So what we are thinking that whenever we merge hello world, right, but new object will be created. We are just printing first s1 and s2. Now we are printing id also, id of s1 and id of s2, id of s1 and id of s2. See what will happen. First of all, s1 equals to hello. So nothing but one object will be created. One object with the value is hello at some location address. Last 4 digits I'm taking 1184. 1184 address. So that we collect into s1. s1 is 1184. So that it is pointing to this one. Pointing to this one. Next one we are taking that world. We are taking world. This one. And here it is address is a 1312. 1312. And that we are collecting into s2. We collecting into s2. That is s2 holds 1312. But remember, these two are immutable. Immutable means what? You cannot modify. Cannot modify the information. So then whenever you perform s1 equals to s1 plus s2, you cannot add this world at the end of this hello. So a new object will be created. New object will be created with the complete information. With the complete information, hello world at another location 8968. Of course, these values will change from system to system, just memory locations, and you know that objects will be created in random locations. 8968 that will store into s1. s1 holds 8968. Then s1 start pointing to the newly created object and stop pointing to this object. Automatically, this object will be deleted. We can say that this object will be garbage collected. So this is what unused object. Unused object garbage collects. That is. See, whenever we are modifying the value of a string, because of its immutability, a new object will be created, and that will not modify the existing object. Okay, so this is how a new object will be created when we modify the contents of a string. And next here it is a one more thing is what? One more thing. It means what about the immutability? About the immutability, we cannot create duplicate immutable objects. We cannot create duplicate immutable objects. When content is a similar separate object, we cannot create. So why? When you try to create all duplicate objects share the same memory location. share the same memory. It's nothing but simply to say saving the memory. Saving the memory. That is. Sir, suppose if two objects pointing to same location, when we modify one object, will it affect the second? Means what, another variable? No. What is that? So let me explain. Here, I'm taking again one string s1 equals to hello. Same s2 is also hello only. S1 is hello, S2 is also hello. So both are same. Now we are checking, look at this ID of S1 and ID of S2. So both are same. So nothing but a duplicate memory will not be created for this. Duplicate memory will not be created for this. S1 and S2 both are same. Sir, for example, when if I modify S1, S1 equals to S1 plus something like a dollar I'm giving. So automatically S1 will change, that is hello dollar. S2 will not change, that is world only. Sorry, hello only. So when you check ID of S1, only ID of S1 will change. Diagrammatically, you will get more clarity. See here, suppose first S1 equals to hello. Nothing but one object will be created. One object with the content is hello. At some location is a 3264. 3264. And that address will store into S1. S1 holds that address. S1 holds that address 3264. So that it is pointing to this one address. Next, whenever we are creating S2 equals to hello. S2 equals to hello. Suppose when we create. See, already with the content hello, object is present. Object is present. So what it will do, same memory is allocated to that S2 3264 only. So it is also pointing to the same location only. That's why ID of S1 and ID of S2 both are same. ID of S1 and ID of S2 both are same. That is. And now, when we use S1 equals to S1 plus dollar. So nothing but, sir, both are pointing to same location only. Sir, if I modify S1, sir, S2 also will affect, na? No. So that is only the reason. This one is immutable. Keep it in mind. It is immutable. So the thing is what? Cannot modify. This content you can't modify. It is constant content only. It is constant content. So what we can do, whenever we modify, a new object will be created. A new object will be created with the modified content hello dollar. So here it is another location. It will take something like 6960. So that will be collected by S1. S1 3264 has changed to 6960. So it stopped pointing to this one. Only S2 is pointing to this one. So this object will not be garbage collected. Because if no one is pointing to that object, then we can call it as unused object. Then we can call it as what? Unused object, that is. Okay. Now this is not unused object. So S2 is using. So immutable object means what? Simple. You can say that constant object. Once you create the object, you cannot modify the data. So then when we try to modify, what will happen? A new object will be created. The address you can collect into the existing variable, or you can collect into any other variable. That's your wish. Okay. That is, unreferenced objects will be deleted automatically. And in Python, garbage collection is much faster compared to other programming languages. This one. Okay. So this is simply what string immutability. String immutability. That is. Okay. Now here it is a just we enter into the concepts of list. We enter into the concepts of list, tuple, set, dictionary, one by one. We'll see. The first of all is a list. I will explain the things with examples directly. With examples. See here. In a shell we are writing. In a shell we are writing. How can we represent a list? Any variable you can take. Any variable. Suppose you can take A. A equals to. A list means what? We are representing with the square brackets. We are representing with the square brackets. We can store values separated with comma. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. The thing is what? In comment, list is ordered. List is ordered. It is an ordered collection. We are printing that A. In which order we are inserting the data? In the same order, elements will come. Elements will come. So that is what list. Next, A equals to 10 to 3.45, and like Python, and again 10. So nothing but duplicates allowed, and heterogeneous elements also allowed. Heterogeneous elements, nothing but different types of elements also allowed. But order is the same order. Order is same order. Heterogeneous elements allowed, and the duplicates also allowed. That is, yeah, the separate object will be created with the modified data. Yes. Okay, this is the one. See, it is providing so much functionality. See, how can we access in the last session we discussed a string object elements. How can we access means what? How can we process? Using indexing and as well as a slicing. It's the same. List elements also we can process through index and slicing. Suppose we are taking this one. And you know that just A of 2 will give 30. A of -2 will give 40. This is what index. And length function also you can apply here. Length function. The length is a 5 because 5 elements are there. And here it is a length of A minus 1. Is that last element it will give? 5 minus 1 is a 4. Index starts with 0. So fourth location element means what? That last element it is giving. Last element it is giving. The fourth location element. Fourth location element is the last element it is giving. Is the one. And next. Here it is a slicing. If you are not specifying start and end, all values will display. All values will display. Now, if I specify that start value 1 to 4 means what? It will stop at 3 only. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 means what? 20, 30, 40. Slicing, so many examples we have seen in strings. The same concept you can apply here. That's why I'm not giving many examples here. This is what indexing and slicing. Indexing means what? We access element by element, nothing but a particular element we access, particular element. So a set of elements, if you want to access, means what? We have an option, what? A slicing. Okay. Now, list object is having so much functionality, so much functionality. Okay. So means what? What is the use? Means what? Almost in applications, what are the functions required? Means what? What are the functions we are using to process the elements? Almost all functions they have given. All functions. If something which is not present, means what? Manually we should write the code. But mostly the things are present. Mostly the things are present. So that's why I'm explaining. Here it is, we are taking that list like A equals to same 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Same this one only. Or some other values we are taking because which is suitable to work with all the things. It's like 2, 6, 3, 8, again 2, again 2, and again 8 and 4, like this. Some values we are taking. See here it is it's whenever we check like this A dot, it will show the list of functions which are available in the list. Append function is there. So what append function will do? It will add the element at the end of the list. It will add the element at the end of the list. For example, A dot append, I'm giving 5. 5 will be added. You can check that value. Next one, A dot. Second one is a clear, so that we'll see at the end. And copies also we'll see. Let count, we'll see count. Count means whenever you mention one element, how many times it is present. Just like a count. 8. How many times it is present in the list? 2 times it is present. So the count of the specified element will return. 2 times it is there. 2 times. That is count. Next A dot. Here it is a index is there. Index. If you specify 4, 4 is present at which index? This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At 6th location, 4 is present. Nothing but the element which is present at specified index will return. At specified index will return A dot index of 4. That is A dot index of 4. This one. Now here, sir, for example, if something which is duplicated, sir, I have given 8. 8 is duplicated, right? Or for example, 2. So 2 is also duplicated. So then what it will return means what? First occurrence will return. First occurrence means what? At 0th location. Whenever element is duplicated, the first occurrence will return. That is enter. So 0 will give because it is at 0th location only. At 0th location only. And next one. Here it is A dot. Look at this. Pop function is there. If you don't specify the value, what it will pop means last element will pop up. Nothing but 5 will remove. So when you display the list without 5, you will get that 1. It will take the index also. That index is optional index. A dot pop. So suppose if I give 4, or for example, if I give 2, At second location value is what? 3, right? 3. Index it is taking index. So that specified index will remove index element. So remaining values. Without 3, remaining values are coming. Remaining values are coming. This one. And next one. Next one. Here it is. Whenever we are using that remove function is there. Now value you should specify. Sir, suppose if I specify two times it is there, na, the same story. The first occurrence will be removed. First occurrence will be removed. That is. See, last element you can remove. Index element you can remove. Specified element you can remove. Specified element also you can remove. And next one, a dot. Some insert option is there. Insert. You should specify the index. Sir, suppose at second location, I want to insert 10. Look at this. At specified location, element inserted. Because this is 0, this is 1, and it is 2. Na? At second location, 2 inserted. I mean, 10 inserted. So remaining automatically will shift. Remaining automatically will shift. This one. This one. Okay. Now, for example, here it is the a dot insert. Sir, at 10th location, I'm inserting 3. Is it their 10th location? Size is what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 locations are there. Na? If 10th location is not there, what will happen? It will not give any error message. It will append. It will add at the end automatically. If the specified index is not present, it will not give any message. I mean, error. It will append. It will append. That is. And next, you know that a dot clear. It will remove all elements. It will remove all elements from the list. Extend function is there. Suppose a1 equals to something like 152. a2 equals to something like a 369. When you extend a1 dot extend means what? One type of update. A2. Nothing but all A2 values will be added at the end of the A1. End of the A1. This is what here it is a print. A1 we are printing. 152369. A2 is the same. 369 only. 369 only. So A1, sir, I want to reverse. A1 dot reverse. Automatically all elements will reverse. See here. 152369 become 963251. 963251. And next one is a sort. It's like a1 dot sort. So nothing but all elements will get ascending order. Ascending order 1 2 3 5 6 9. Sir, descending order is required means what? Now reverse. A1 dot reverse. Then automatically you will get descending order. 965321. 965321. So all functions are present. All functions are present. So nothing but depends on the requirement. Mostly application requirement contains so how much functionality to process the data of list is already given. Is already given. So this is what using functions. Is what using functions. Now we are taking like this. We can create an empty list in 2 ways. Suppose list we are taking like this, A or something like OBJ, anything. Object you can create simply like this. It will create. But we have another option bar is nothing but calling the constructor. List constructor is a list only, list. See, look at this. It will create the new empty list. If you pass any other list, something like a set or tuple, you can pass. With the tuple also, it will create the list. That is later. But as of now, the first one only we are using. It will create. This is constructor actually. Constructor. Constructor creates empty list. Constructor creates empty list. This one. See here, in this empty list, sir, I just want to read the elements. I just want to read the elements. How to read elements? How to read? We ask clearly print, enter 5 elements. Enter 5 elements. Enter 5 elements. Here, as we are taking, we are repeating the loop for I in the range of 5. It will repeat 5 times exactly. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It starts with 0 automatically. Range 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 will not display. It excludes again. 5 times one element we are reading. Any element. No, sir, particularly integer only means what? You can take integer. Input first element that we convert into integer. We convert into integer and we are storing into this obj. That is what element. Sir, how can we store into this list? You know that append function, obj dot append of element. This is how we are reading the element one by one. Like that, 5 elements we read, and all 5 elements, if you want to display directly, you can display. The list is in a single line. If you display obj, all values will be displayed automatically. All values will display when we execute this code. When we execute, enter 5 elements. Enter 5 elements. This one. See here. Here it is. Suppose 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. That's it. List is 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Like this. Okay. We are reading the information and storing into the list. Reading the information and storing into the list. That is. So once you store, you can perform the operations in many ways. Sir, one by one, I want to display myself. Just list elements. How easy. For loop, for element by element in the list, in object, and we are printing that element. When you input this list, from this list, element by element will take automatically from start to end, everything it will take. That is one by one, it will give. Enter 5 elements. Same 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The elements are all at once you can display? No sir, one by one I want to copy, or I want to display, or I want to send to someone, or I want to perform sum of all elements. We are collecting one by one. Sir, I just want to find the sum. Sum means what? I just take one variable. Of course simple sum function is there, but I'm not using simple sum function. I'm writing my own logic. Result starts with 0. Every time the element we are adding to the result is equal to result plus that element. Once loop execution is over, sum of elements that result we are printing. Result, it's nothing but whenever you display all elements one by one, whatever it will process that we are adding to our result, and finally we are printing our result. Same, suppose we are passing like 1 2 3 4 5. Sum of 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, value is what? 15. Sir, why this much? Sum of elements, simply you can say that sum of obj, sum is a predefined function is there. Predefined function, whenever you pass values 1 2 3 4 5, sum of elements 15, the same output only, na? Same output only. Yes. So means what? Python providing so many libraries by which easily we can develop our application, but the logic means what? The libraries which are already present is important. And suppose in case the library is not there, how can we utilize our logical skills also? We should implement our logical skills also. Okay, so these are the basic things about the list. And tomorrow, using this list, how can we implement? It's like a stack operations. Manually, how can we implement the data structure stack? Already pop function is there clearly. We can use that pop function. But using the predefined functions, how can we create our own stack in Python? I'll explain. And a nested list, accessing nested lists, mutability and immutability of list. These concepts I'll cover tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow I'll take the mail IDs also, and I'll send the complete documentation of all these things. I'll send to all your mail IDs. Okay. Thank you all. You can leave. Yeah, immutable means what? Read only. Stack means what? Last in, first out. Queue means first in, first out. That stack I'll explain. Okay. Yeah, pop function removes the topmost element. So that how we implement and all tomorrow. Some examples in the documentation I'll send. Okay, practice examples on list. Once we cover the nested list also, how to practice all the things I'll send in the document. Okay, so that you can practice. Append means what? Whenever you are taking the element, that element will be added to this object. Object means what? Is a list object. So the list will append. Here it is already we have seen what append function is doing. Here this one only I'm using append. In the beginning, first one is what? Append. When you take one list, when you write a dot append of 5 will be appended. Similarly, here it will be appended. Here. Okay. So those things I'll explain. Okay. Sure. The negative slicing also with a nested lists I'll explain. So that is only the practice exercises you will get with the documentation. List documentation, you will get everything. Okay. Yeah. Oh, how it is possible? It's the strings only, no problem. Anyway, tomorrow we cover all the things. Okay. We meet tomorrow.